I'm going to make this work. So I went into the small stall. Mav was in the cart literally with the door wide open, sitting right there. And I was like, Mav, you gotta be my blocker. And I'm hearing people, and I'm naked because you have to be naked.
You're completely
and I'm just
naked.
like, here we go.
Oh
this is
gosh.
happening. And Mav's like, hi to everybody walking in. Hey there. Welcome to Parties to Playdates. I'm Kendall.
And I'm Jess. We're here to fill your day with warmth and laughter.
Join us as we navigate the chaos and joy of everyday life.
We're all about sharing real-life moments with a dash of humor and practical tips.
So grab your coffee and settle in for a cozy chat.
Because here, every moment is a story worth sharing.
No topic is off limit.
And every listener is a friend.
Let's get this party started.
Good morning, Kendall.
Good morning.
I know I already told you, but your hair looks amazing today.
Well, thank you, because it doesn't feel like it. It just wants to do what it wants. I don't know.
Just wants to be free and wild.
Yeah. Let it down.
I love it. Do you ever have those days when you're like, I just want to get my hair off my face?
Yes.
And you're like
don't touch me.
You're like, don't touch me. I feel like that's the week I've had. Every time I get ready for work, I was like, oh, I could leave this down. I was like, but ooh, then it would be touching me.
Yes. And it's still so hot that we're damp and sweaty. And
Yeah.
if you don't know like where it's coming from and it's stuck to your forehead and you're like,
yes.
duh.
I keep having this one. It's just like a baby hair on this side, but I swear it'll get damp and then it'll curl in and it'll just be stabbing me in the eye.
Oh my God.
And my hair is turning on me.
It's like Medusa.
Literally. It is aggressively trying to take my eye out. So,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
How was your weekend? What have you been up to?
I've been really busy, it seems like. This past weekend, we did a baby shower, which was wonderful for one of my friends in Destin.
Fun.
And then we had a birthday party for our neighbor
Nice.
at the pool, which was really fun. Hav was so cute. We've been having issues with him lately. He's been hitting people.
Oh, no.
And like, not even just hitting, but like biting.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Brawling.
Yeah. Not even fighting, but he won't just do a single hit. It's like a hit and then like a...
Like a 1-2 punch.
Yeah. And sometimes he'll kick.
Oh, no.
And then I'm like, oh my God. And he thinks it's funny. He thinks it's like a game, but these other kids are crying.
Oh.
And so taking him to public places have been a little anxiety ridden for me. I really don't want to, but I'm going to because he needs this in his life.
Well,
And
eventually he's going to hit the wrong kid that's going to come back hard, and then he's going to be the one crying. And that's the day that you're like, that's why you shouldn't hit people.
And a few of them.
You got to be strong that day, Kendra. You can't be like, oh, baby, are you? No, you got to be like,
I told him
why
he
we
deserved
don't
it.
hit.
And I swear parents looked at me and were like, and I was like, whatever. And I walked away. But no, I took him to this new place in Panama City, which was so far away, literally at least an hour. It's called Mochas and Minis. It's an indoor soft playground.
Oh, cute.
And it's really cool. So I took him there and he was so excited. He walked in and he was shaking. He couldn't wait to get his shoes off.
Did they have the little make-believe areas with the little kitchens and all the little toys and things? Or is it just a
No, this one was like
kind
just
of
like a
vibe?
straight up playground.
Okay.
It was all the soft material. The floor was soft. Everything was soft in case they ate shit. They
Yeah.
would be fine. Huge ball pits, 3-story high slides that they can go down. It was really, really cool. And of course, Maverick is having the time of his life. And when he gets so excited, he's in his own la la land.
Yeah.
And I guess doesn't really understand what's going on or something. He doesn't understand people's personalities and characteristics. He just starts slapping people. And I'm over there running around like, Maverick, no. And he, boom.
Oh my
And
gosh.
like, the parents are all there watching. And I'm the one mom screaming, stop, Maverick, don't hit people. Be nice. Don't touch anybody but yourself. And then after it was probably a handful of times he hit somebody or did something. I was really getting fed up. So I walked away to go sit down for a second. And I was talking to some other moms. And there were some dads in there as well. And I was watching, and Maverick and this other kid were crawling up. It was
Cushioned.
yeah, but it was more like a rainbow, and they were trying to get to the top, and it really wasn't that high, and it was also in a ball pit. And this kid looked at Maverick, and Maverick looked at the kid, and I was like, oh no. And he just grabbed him and just pushed him right off. And it was kind of funny. And he was fine. And then I don't know whose dad it was because it wasn't that kid's dad, but this dad turned around and looked straight at me, rolled his eyes, and was like, he's been doing this to everybody. And I was like, and I told Ryan was like, well, he was just being truthful. And I was like, I wanted to slap that dad myself and then walk out and be like, fuck off. I know I'm not dumb and I'm not blind. And then I just wanted to be like, where's your little pussy kid? Come on. But anyway.
Probably at the bottom of the ball pit.
Probably.
Where Matt threw his ass.
And then buried him.
Oh my gosh.
But Ryan says I was just being too sensitive. However, I was very upset and he made me cry because I did not like the way he looked at me.
No.
And it was rude and I thought it was not fun. And so I literally threatened Maverick. He was crying, I was crying, we were all crying.
Yeah.
That we were just going to leave. And then one of my girlfriends was like, it's okay, Kendall. Literally, nobody cares that he's pushing people. That's the only person that actually gives a fuck. And they were like, just stay. And I was like, okay. So we stayed another hour and he didn't touch a single person.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, I was like, oh my gosh, just keep doing whatever you're doing. He went down the slide like 40 times in a row just to keep him occupied. But if you have any tips or tricks on how to help me.
If you don't want them to do something, there has to be some sort of consequence. Because right now, there's no consequences. You just tell him no, which isn't a consequence to him. He's just like, oh, mom's just talking again, whatevs, and so he's going to keep doing what he does. So if I was in that situation and he was doing stuff that he wasn't supposed to be doing, I would take away what he wants to be doing. So if he wants to be playing in the ball pit and you're going to hit people, I'm going to sit your ass in the stroller and strap you down and say, you get to stay here for 5 minutes and next time don't hit people. Then he can sit there in the stroller and cry for 5 minutes and think about what he's done. And he probably won't cry for a full 5 minutes. He'll probably just flail around and be upset. And you can tell him why he's there and then just let him get it out of his system. And then when he's done, give him another chance. And if he goes back and starts slapping people again, be like, come on, sit back down. If you can't participate correctly, then you don't get to participate because they have to understand my actions have consequences. And if the actions don't have consequences, then they're still just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
You don't have to spank him. You don't have to.
I don't spank, but I do hit his hand.
Do things
that
like
he
that.
does not like. And sometimes it works. Sometimes he laughs at it. And I'm just like, this fucking psychopath.
Well, yeah. And that's where you have to find what is more effective. Does he care to get spanked? Does he care for his hand to get slapped? If he doesn't care, if he laughs at you, that's not a big enough consequence for him. So you have to see what is it that he wants the most. And you take that away and he learns that, oh, if I do this, I can't have what I want. And then slowly you can say, if you're going to do this, you're going to sit in the stroller and you can call it timeout or you can take a break or you can call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can say no bitch slap zone, whatever, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? They just have to have some sort of consequence.
That's a good idea. I guess I need to start taking my stroller because I did not have it that day. He just won't sit.
Or
if I
you
put him
can
somewhere.
sit him. I want to do it now because you're pregnant, but like if you were
like
pregnant,
in your lap?
I'd sit him in his lap and I'd hold his hands on his lap.
Yeah.
And we'd sit there and he could flail and kick and do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
You can give it a time or you can say until you can be calm and be still and understand we don't slap, you're going to stay here. And the first time it's probably going to take a while, to be honest. But that's just what you have to do because if they don't have consequences, if things don't get taken away, then they just think it's a game and it's funny and they'll just keep doing it. So
he has these other friends that we hang out with quite often. And one of them is rough like Mav. Not as rough, but will literally, when he gets hit by Mav, look at him and just slap him right back.
Yeah.
And then they just look at each other and then they're like, okay, let's just keep playing.
And boys play rough.
They do.
And it's fine for them to have friends that they do that with. And you can tell them, obviously, when you go to a play place, on the way there, you can say, hey.
Yeah. Oh, I like
You know
pray.
what I mean?
I'm like, you need to be on your best behavior. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch anybody. These are your hands. I'm like, put them in your pockets. I don't care what you need to do. Figure it out. Hold balls. So I was just giving him balls. I was like, just hold balls the whole time. So I was giving him balls and he was like taking them up the slide and then putting them down the slide and then going to get them. I was like, keep the balls in your hands.
Yeah.
Don't use your hands for anything else.
Yeah.
Please. I was like, please.
Yeah, because you can't, it's one of those things, you can't follow him around all through the ball pit and slap his hand every time. So if you warn him and say, don't do that, and then you give him a chance and he does it again, then you take away his fun and then give him another chance and then take away his fun. And honestly, it might totally ruin the playtime that you're trying to have, but it's a training moment. So maybe the next time you go there, he'll be like, I remember last time I was here, I spent half the time just sitting in the freaking stroller. It sucked. And so he'll be like, I probably shouldn't touch anybody today. You know,
I'm like, I hope that's where his brain goes.
It will because they're smart. It's all about like cause and effect. Part of that might be he's doing it. He's getting your attention. And he doesn't care if it's negative attention. It's attention either way.
Yeah.
And so kids feed off of the attention that you give them. So if you're like, oh no, don't do that. And they're like, that was so funny. I totally got mom. Stressing her out so hard.
Literally.
They don't really care about your emotions. They just care about, oh, I got her attention, or, oh, I'm having a good time, or, oh, I'm doing what I want. It's all just like primal thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
And so you have to respond with cause and effect. If you jump off something high and fall down, it's going to hurt. So that's your consequence. If you're going to hit people and they're not going to hit you back, then I'm going to take away your fun. So you don't have an opportunity to hit people. So that's what I would do.
Thank you.
But
Thank you for that.
of course. I'm so glad I passed those years.
I'm sure you are.
Some of those I block out as little PTSD.
Yeah, they're rough.
It's hard. And
It's fun, but it's really hard.
it's always funny because whenever I do parties or crazy costumes, and they're like, I just don't know how you wear that. It's, I love that you do it. But I'm like, after 4 kids, I have so little shame or like,
That's very true.
I'm embarrassed. No. And I'm like, now I'm going to be embarrassed because I have a fucking cool costume on? Absolutely not. Has your kid ever taken a shit underneath the playground before in front of other people? That was really terrible. So a nice costume and you look at me crazy is nothing.
Right,
Like,
I know.
Sign me up for that.
So funny.
4 kids just grinding out all of your embarrassment and shame. You can do anything.
That you talking about that literally just made me think of a story for that happened this week. We were in Walmart and I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And mind you, I was also wearing a jumper.
Oh no.
It's always the jumpers. I feel like that's always. I'm like, what the hell am I thinking right now?
Your body's like, let's go. She put on a jumper. You guys know what to do.
It's now or never, baby.
It just holds you just the right way to just like.
Right? And in Walmart, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm running to the bathroom with Maverick in the cart and I like get in there and of course the big one's taken and I'm like, fucking people in the big bathroom that don't need it.
Yeah.
And then she takes forever and I'm like, oh my God, hurry up. And so she finally comes out. She goes, I should have never gone in there. It doesn't work. And I was like, oh, great. Because now the other bathroom's on the other complete side of the massive Walmart. And I was like, I'm going to make this work. So I went into the small stall. Mav was in the cart literally with the door wide open, sitting right there. And I was like, Mav, you gotta be my blocker. And I'm hearing people, and I'm naked because you have to be naked.
You're
and
completely
I'm just
naked.
like, here we go. This is happening. And Mav's like, hi to everybody walking in. And I'm like, that's nice of you, Maverick. Thank you for being my little blocker. And they're all like, well, looks like you just got to do what you got to do. I was like laughing. I was like, oh my God. Thanks for understanding.
Please don't round the corner.
Literally.
I'm topless.
I was like, I didn't want to be like, I'm butt naked right now. But
You
that's
totally ended up on some people at Walmart. They're like,
oh my God.
Today we went in the Walmart bathroom and there was a kid in a cart halfway in a stall and his naked mom was in there using the restroom with the door open. Hashtag people of Walmart.
Yeah, literally, that's what I felt. I had to call Ryan and be like, you're never going to guess what just
Oh my
happened to me.
gosh,
He's
that
like,
is
oh my
so
God,
good.
Kendall. So yeah, that was a funny one. I was laughing hard about that. I was like,
I love
oh
that.
my God, how funny. So good.
That's wonderful.
What's going on in your world?
This past weekend, we went and saw Postmodern Jukebox concert.
Oh my goodness.
Was so good. We went and ate at this yummy place called Iron. It's in Pensacola. So I've tried to eat at this place a few times. It's like one of the top rated restaurants in Pensacola. But I got a reservation. It was so good. The side dishes were amazing. The main dish was amazing, but the side dishes, Andrew had some random acorn squash with jalapenos and stuff on it. And he was like, this is the best squash I've ever eaten. He's like, maybe one of the best side dishes. I didn't even get to taste it. He ate it so fast. And then my steak came with, it was a savory bread pudding muffin
Yum.
with black truffles in it.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. It was so yummy. I was like, these people are not messing around. When every item on the plate is
Top notch.
Top notch. It was so delicious, but it was fun because it was like, oh, we're going to Postmodern Jukebox concert. I'm dressing up like the 50s. So I did
it.
victory curls and I had this dress that I bought probably over a year ago on some sale at Dillard's. And I had sent Andrew a picture. It was like a fancy, it's satin, super cute, corseted, long with the super high slit. and a reddish orange color. It was really pretty. It felt very glamorous 50s
Yeah.
movie premiere kind of vibe. Or that because I'm fancy like that.
I love it.
But it was really fun. So we did that and then went to the concert. But while we were eating dinner, it was funny because we sat down and everybody's staring because it's Florida. And even at fancy restaurants, people are very casual a lot of the time. It was a nice restaurant, but there wasn't a ton of people dressed up. So everybody was staring.
Yeah.
And
what did Andrew wear?
He wore nice pants and a button down.
Oh, okay.
So he looked nice too. Like he looked dressed up, but he wasn't in the same theme that I was in. I asked him and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm good." But I don't think he realized how hard I was going on this
we're
theme.
going full blown.
He should have known.
100% he should have known.
It's funny because we sat down and it was a very narrow restaurant and it had the small tables that are all up against a big banquette. So you're sitting really close to the people you're next to. So they sit us in the middle on one of these tables. So I sat on the banquette side, but behind Andrew, there was this table with probably 6 people. They were, I'd guess, maybe in their mid-60s. But it was so funny because I look up at Andrew and I can see them behind Andrew, peripheral vision, and they're all tapping each other and pointing and whispering.
They think you're a movie star.
And I was like, I'm like half looking at them, but not direct eye contact looking at them. And I'm looking at Andrew, but seeing them in the peripheral, and I was like, what is going on here? And they are like and pointing, and then the other one leans out from behind Andrew that couldn't see me.
They're not even being
They're
sly.
not even being sly at all. And they're talking and they're looking and they look like they're trying to figure something out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think these people think that I'm somebody famous. Like I don't know who, but whatever. So then eventually Andrew goes to the bathroom and now I'm just full on facing this entire table. They did it again. And I'm trying to subtly not look directly at them and I'm drinking my drink. And then I look up because there's nowhere else to look. I look up and make direct eye contact with these 2 ladies that are literally huddled together, staring at me and pointing and talking.
Oh my God.
And I did a little half smile like, hey, ladies. And then they were like,
that's hilarious.
And I was like, oh my God, who do they think that I am? Because who's coming to that restaurant in that city without any sort of
anything
special table or security? I'm a very low level celebrity if that's what we're going for. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's funny. But anyways.
No, it is funny.
So I don't
also
know who
that they have no remorse about anything that they do.
They were unashamedly gawking. It was really funny. And then Andrew came back and sat down. I told him, I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, these people behind you are killing me. And I told him, he goes, they don't think you're a celebrity. He goes, they think you look like what they dressed up for their high school prom or something.
Oh my God.
And I was like, maybe. I was like, that is not the vibe I was getting though. I think they were going celebrity on this one. Maybe I'm overshooting myself, but the way they were acting was cracking me up, but they were so cute.
No, definitely celebrity.
At dinner, we were talking about it, and Andrew's like, is it going to be like how some people are really amazing, but you go to their concert and all their music is really similar. So the songs are still amazing, but you're kind of like, okay. And I was like, absolutely not. Because I don't know if you know who Postmodern Jukebox is.
I don't.
They take modern popular songs, and even not modern, 90s alternative songs, and turn them into 40s, 50s, 60s
Oh, how fun.
theme songs. So they'll make it really bluesy or jazzy, and they all dress in that time frame, and they have a big, beautiful band, a piano and a trumpet and saxophone and guitars and a stand-up and upright bass and all of the fun instruments and stuff. And they have a tap dancer.
Oh, I love.
She was so adorable, and her legs were amazing.
I'm sure they were.
She came out and started tapping, and tap dancing, your legs are jiggling and stomping, and her skin was flawless, not one dimple. Her legs were all toned and chiseled. I was like, do we need to be tap dancing for fitness? Because her legs look freaking amazing.
You're like, so I just ordered tap shoes on Amazon.
Like, I am considering it. I was like, I wonder what it would take. I was like, I'm sure I could find some YouTube videos. And then I imagine me in my living room tap dancing, and my kids are like,
you're scuffing the floor.
Yeah, my kids are like, Mom, what is happening here? Or I'm building myself a tap platform so I can practice my tap dancing. So I might have some new cardio. I don't know.
I took tap dancing for a long time, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, I think it would be really fun. I was like, I like this. I got really good tickets too. I'm like, I think we're in the second row. Well, we showed up. We literally had front row center seats. We were here and the
That's
microphone
amazing.
was on the stage 5 feet away from where we were.
Fun.
We were fully in the music and it was so fun. It was really cool. It's people with amazing voices and they're doing all these cool compilations of these songs. And sometimes you go to shows and you can tell like these people do this night after night.
Yeah.
And they're exhausted and they're like, love it but hate it kind of thing. These people seem like they were having the time of their life.
That's
like they were
awesome.
living their dream, which was so fun. It really came out with how they were performing. And I was just like, oh, I want this job. Can I have this job?
That is so cool.
I was like, sign me up for whatever this is because I would 100% do this every single day. It looked so fun, but it was really good.
that is so fun.
Other people dressed up too. Not everybody did, but other people did. And it was fun to see everybody's cute outfits and
stuff,
just people being peppy and excited.
Having a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
That's amazing.
So yeah, we did that and then stayed the night and then came home and hung up cat shelves.
So
Or
good.
the cat ninja warrior course, really.
So good.
We're about a third of the way there on them.
So your
So
whole house is covered in shit for the cat.
well, it's really just one entire wall of the living
I
room.
love it.
They're a lot, but because I painted them the same color as the wall, they blend in a bit
Cool.
more than what I thought they would. Here you go.
I love it. That's fantastic. Well, how are your kids adjusting going back to school?
Some of them are having a harder time than others.
Really? Oh.
It's just most of my kids are not morning people, and they spent the entire summertime being nocturnal.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And so they did good to do a little adjustment phase leading up to school, which was smart of them. But some of them are still struggling to wake up in the mornings.
Yeah.
My younger son is like, it's just hard. I have 12 alarms set. I don't wake up to any of them.
Oh my God.
And he's like, and I'm just not used to like PE. I'm like,
PE.
oh my gosh, we got to make you guys move more.
PE is like everyone's favorite subject.
I know. And then last night he's like, why do my ribs hurt right here? And I was like, I don't know if you guys did any sit-ups in PE. And he was like, yeah.
Oh my God.
And we had to do chest day at the weight room the other day. And I was like, that'll do it.
Sounds about right.
Like, sounds about right. Sounds like you've been working out. And he was like, oh, my whole body hurts. I was like, you should work out more often.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you, okay?
You're like, you're going to feel it the whole rest of the year then.
Yeah, I'm like, just give it a couple weeks. You'll adjust. You'll be fine. And then you'll be like, I love PE.
I love PE. Look at my muscles, Mom.
Yeah, and my older son, somehow, he already had a wrestling class, which I didn't even know you can do the wrestling class in school, but wrestling. And then when he went for the orientation, a group of kids peer pressured him into changing one of his classes to the football class. So he has a first period wrestling class and a fourth period football class. So that poor kid is coming home every day like
exhausted.
And then he's been doing football practice after school. So he comes home just like, he came home last night and I had made cheeseburgers. He's like, can I have 2 of these? And I was like, yep, you definitely can, because he's looking all
Poor thing.
all exhausted.
I mean, he's getting his energy out.
He really is. And I swear he's going to bed at like 7:30.
That's wonderful.
He just comes home, eats a lot of dinner, and goes to bed.
Perfect.
And then he's up at like 6 o'clock.
Wow. I was thinking, because I completely forgot that your kids literally all summer slept in the day and was up at night.
Yeah. Yep. Back to school time. It's nice. I like when my kids are on schedules. I feel like they're more productive. I like productive kids.
That's supposed to be like, that's why we have schedules.
Yeah. It teaches you how to have a life that's a pattern, and it's good for your body to sleep at the same times every day and do similar things, and the mental and the physical, that's all mixed in together. I like that. So yeah, they're doing good. They're adjusting. But school, every year it comes around. This is the one thing they don't tell you when you're like, let's have 4 kids, is when you have 4 kids, it's 4 back to school clothes shopping days, and 4 back to school supplies, and 4 everybody needs new shoes, and sports physicals and normal physicals, and all the paperwork and all the apps the teachers make you download.
Really? They make parents download apps?
Yeah, for communication apps and bus apps and school lunch apps and
Oh my gosh.
check your grades apps. And some teachers use certain ones and other ones use different ones. It's all over the place. So There was a few years that the kids came home from school and I probably downloaded 9 or 10 different
That is
apps or
crazy.
programs or signed everything. Half of them I never accessed again because I was like, which one was that for? I
Yeah.
don't even know. Can we just do email, guys? Or
Yeah.
just one app that maybe
all?
consolidates
Yeah.
this? Can we just have a Instagram page? There's got to be an easier, more consolidated way to do it. But
Yeah.
I don't know if privacy laws and stuff is the problem, but it's a lot.
Ugh.
So that's a ton of fun. I always love when the kids come home and they're like, oh, this teacher's like this, and this teacher's like that.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't like this one. And I'm always like, these poor teachers.
I know, and I feel so bad for them because I've been seeing on Facebook all these moms calling out these teachers straight up by their names. But they're all trying to find shit about these teachers. Who had this teacher last year? And if you did, can I privately message you? Because I just want to know some things about her.
Oh.
I've seen 4 or 5 different posts about it. And I'm just like, first off, who cares? Unless she's behind bars or whatever. You know what I mean? She's clearly a teacher. She's clearly doing a good job. She's been there forever. I don't know. It just really bugs me. All these moms coming out like,
Well,
I need to know about this teacher.
I understand them wanting to, like, how does this teacher work to help your kid be successful in her class? Or what's her teaching style? But I feel like sometimes people get these people are teaching my kids. They forget teachers are people too.
They are.
You know what I mean? Like, teachers are people too that have flaws and they do shots of tequila on the weekends. And they're allowed to teach your kids, but they're also allowed to have a life.
Yeah.
And so I feel bad sometimes when people get all up in teachers' personal lives. And
I do too. And it was really bugging me. And I've already seen so many things about schools over here. Everyone talking shit about the middle school or the high school or the elementary school or what their kids come home saying, and they're blaming it on the school. Well, no, it's not the school. It's probably your child being in that situation.
How about just our culture, guys?
Yeah, it's the culture that's going on right now.
The access that kids have to all of the internet and all the things. And for us, we didn't let our kids have phones until they were halfway through middle school, almost to the end of middle school.
Yeah.
And because we didn't want them on social media and we didn't want them having access to all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was 5 years before that, all their friends had phones and all their friends had stuff, and their friends are showing them crazy stuff on YouTube, or, oh, my older cousin showed me this, or, oh, check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you get a group of kids together and they don't have all the same upbringing, moral background, any of the above, you're going to get all sorts of garbage fed to your kids. And how about let's talk about shows and TV, that Netflix and YouTube and Prime and Hulu and all the things, like kids have access to all these shows that teach them all sorts of crazy stuff and open their eyes to all sorts of crazy things. You can't blame that on schools.
I know. I feel so bad for the school system over here because people just bash it on all these mom Facebook groups. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so sad. And then there's always those teachers or parents. It's usually someone who works there chiming in and just being like, well, I think you just have a wrong perspective about this. Or they're trying to be really nice and trying to show them a different way to look at it. And I'm just like, I hope these people actually read the comments, because I'm over here entertained. Like, oh my God, what did she say? Did she say something back? But
Kendall's going to the comments.
But I just feel so bad. It's sad. But
it's rough. I know. I just had a conversation with one of my kids this year, and he was like, teachers just don't respect us.
Oh my God.
Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, how are they being disrespectful? Well, they just treat us like we don't know anything. I was like, you don't know anything. I'm like, I'm sorry. I was like, they literally went to school for so long to learn all these things to teach you. They do actually know more than you do.
Yeah.
They're also adults that have lived longer than you, have had more life experience than you. I was like, do you ever wonder if you would just treat them like they actually know something, that you would feel less disrespected and they might respect you a little more, that you're actually care enough to listen to what they're trying to teach you? And I was like, if they're trying to teach you something crazy and off the wall that you know isn't right or is about hurting people or something, you can say something about that. Or if they're doing something that is being super discriminating or abusive towards kids, that does happen. Like, teachers say dumb stuff sometimes. But if they're just trying to teach you and they're trying to make you follow a certain set of rules so that their classroom is peaceful and is a better learning environment for everybody, I was like, You can't say they're disrespecting you. I was like,
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with respect. They're trying to do their job. I was like, and they're putting up with all of your different crazy personalities and your hormones and your bullshit.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them if they get attitude sometimes,
Yeah.
because I'd get a big attitude if I had to deal with all of you kids constant. 30 plus kids in a classroom, or even 18 kids in a classroom. That's a lot of different personalities. That's a lot of different learning styles, a lot of different abilities. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Get it together. So
for sure.
I'm always ranting at my children about how great teachers are and how they should respect them.
They really are great.
Shout out teachers. We love you.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Keep going.
And honestly, I can say that because I taught my kids up until like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. We homeschooled our kids, all 4 of them. And it is extremely difficult. Different levels, different learning styles. It is not an easy job. Shout out to any teacher that's going to do it with 30. No, thank you. Because I guarantee you when we homeschooled, we weren't doing it for as many days as the schools were doing it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. It's
Completely
full on different.
And I love my kids, and so I had a lot more grace for them.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't love everybody else's kids.
Yeah, you're like, sorry.
But I know Mav's not in school yet, but what do you think? What are you thinking for school when...
Excuse me. Yeah, he's definitely not in school yet. He's not even in a daycare. So he really has no sense. I mean, he kind of does sometimes because I've seen him listen to other people. Then when they're like, okay, let's circle up and sit down, he'll go and do it. He will do it. And I think he enjoys it because he loves to follow older kids. He could care less about kids his age. Honestly, he could care less. But if there's older kids around him, he follows and does exactly what they do. So if they're going to go and sit and listen to someone sing a song or read a book or whatever, he's right there with them.
Oh, cute.
And it's really cute because I think he looks up to kids like that. It's really cool. So he has some type of sense of listening skills and how to sit and follow directions. But then at the same time, he does not want
Well, he's still 2.
Yeah,
so.
no clue. No, we're working on patience and standing in a line to go do the trapeze at the gym.
Yeah.
And even then, he's just like, no, like pushing people. And I'm like, you have to stand in line, which he did a good job at the birthday party this weekend because they had a piñata and he stood in line. Then the mom, and he was doing a really good job. He was just standing there because everyone was in a line. So he was looking at everybody like, oh, that's what we do. And then the mom was like, okay, let's go from shortest to tallest. And Mav was one of the young ones. So I was like, all right, so let me just help you just get here quicker.
Yeah.
So that was nice. So he's been trying really hard. But schooling, I do think I really want to homeschool him really bad because I do have teaching degrees. So I do know a lot of really great tips and tricks and things up my sleeve. And I've taught young children in Hawaii. They were 2, 3, and 4-year-olds before they went to kindergarten. So I guess
like
it is.
pre-K?
Yeah. So I guess it is some type of preschool. And I loved it and I enjoyed it very much. And I can see Mav being in something like that. But I also, knowing him and seeing what he does best in what kind of environment, I really don't see him being in a traditional public school setting where he sits and listens because I don't see him doing that. I know there's a few nature schools over here. And if we were to put him into school, I know they're so expensive. However, I think he would do an amazing job in something that's an outdoor, hands-on environment because he doesn't even really sit to eat these days. He doesn't really sit to watch TV. He's always moving, doing something. He's very physical. And I think that's how he learns best. And that's totally cool because every kid has different learning styles.
Yeah, totally. A lot of boys are like that.
And boys are.
They just want to move. They want to stand. They want to.
Yeah. And he has a lot of energy. So, like,
physical.
asking him to sit in a classroom and not get in trouble or not feel like he's doing something wrong or something like that I don't even know how long kids go to school these days anymore because I have no idea.
Yeah.
Probably from 7 to 2 or 3. I don't know.
Something like that.
That's a long time
Yeah.
to ask a child who does not want to sit there. And that's cool. And I'm okay with him not wanting to do that. But I think we really want to do the homeschool route where I can do it his style. And I don't know. I'm also in this weird headspace where I feel like kids shouldn't be waking up when they don't want to. I think they need sleep to grow and heal and do all the things that's
Kendall,
good.
it's fine to say you don't want to wake up to take him to school.
I have no problem because I would go right back to sleep. However, also Ryan is up earlier than me, so he can do that. But Mav wakes up at 9 or 9:30.
Yeah.
And these kids that need to get on the buses and stuff have to wake up at like 5 or 6 just to try and get on a bus. I'm like, you're stopping their brains from wanting to do what their body wants to do. I don't know. I just feel really bad. And maybe it's like the hippie crunchy side of me, but I don't know. The kids should be doing, I guess, what the kids want to do, but that kind of sounds stupid on my part and like very ignorant. However, that's why I think I want to go down the homeschooling route. I want to pick and choose and
there's definitely a bit of a balance that's missing in public schools, because there are a lot of studies that talk about how kids' brains function and how they do better when they've woken up,
rested,
gives their brain a chance, and then they're more ready to learn. And there's other countries that do have days that start later, and they have seen differences in their test scores and all that, and how they perform and attitudes. I don't know if it's just the South or what, but the amount of sports and activities that people have their kids in around here that are going until 8, 9 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock.
It's
like
crazy.
Is wild. And I'm like, when are these kids sleeping? When are they resting from all of this stuff they're putting their bodies through? And when are they doing their homework?
I think about that too. We take it very, very seriously
and it's
over
so
here.
serious here. When we first moved here, I was like, this is next level.
Yeah.
Football? Woo. Baseball? Volleyball even is super competitive. I'm like, this
disc golf,
crazy.
Pickleball, all the things over here. I'm like, wow. And you know what's even cooler is one of my good girlfriends over here, her husband teaches, it's a homeschool PE.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So it's super cool. So all the homeschooling groups over here, which there's a shitload.
Yeah.
And someone was just talking about it yesterday, how many homeschool groups there are here in our community.
Yeah.
There's so many. It's literally nuts. So many people homeschool here.
Yeah.
And it has a thriving business where he is a homeschool PE teacher. He'll do it not even after school hours.
Yeah.
It would literally be Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's cool. And he does monthly things. And he does such a good job. And he gets hundreds of kids out there.
That's awesome.
And it's really cool because I get so much backlash from my friends from the West Coast and stuff when I'm like, oh, I want to homeschool and everything. And they're like, why would you want to do that? What's your problem with public school? What about they're going to be socially awkward? I'm like, well, my kid's not socially awkward now. Why would he be socially awkward when he doesn't go to school? I don't understand that whole situation, because are we living inside? No. We're always going somewhere. I'm always trying to do something. There's so many opportunities. What about sports? Sports is a huge thing. So it's like, I don't understand.
Well, and most of the public schools will allow homeschool kids to play on the sports teams.
And that's another cool thing too. That's awesome.
Yep.
But I guess maybe it's just a parent thing if you have your socially awkward children.
Yeah, I feel like people that haven't researched it or looked into the homeschool network of things, there's all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
There's field trip groups you can get a part of. We were part of what was called a co-op, where you would go once a week and they would separate all the kids into all the different age groups.
Yeah.
And they'd have teachers and they'd have fun lessons and science experiments and crafts.
That's awesome.
And all the parents would volunteer and help in the classes or teach a class and it was really fun. All the kids get to meet people from all over town and make new friends, and the parents get to make new friends. And
it's perfect.
There's some great groups of homeschool families and stuff. So
yeah.
Now there are those socially awkward homeschool kids,
and I feel like that's like a back in the day thing.
There's those socially awkward public school kids.
That's true. That's true too.
Maybe it's just your kid.
Maybe it's your kid or you. I don't know which one. That's so true though.
We thought we were always going to homeschool.
It could change.
And then we got to the point where I was just like, this is too much for me. I don't feel like I'm giving them everything that they need. I feel like they're missing out education wise. It's just too much for me to manage all of this. And so we put them in public school and they've done fine and they've enjoyed it. You always have to be flexible with things, because
I'm not totally closed off, because I came from public school, which I absolutely loved. And I thought public school is amazing and awesome. But I'm like, if we lived in California, I would for sure put Maverick in the school that I went to, because I thought it was just absolutely amazing. And it's such a great small town thing, because all of my people that I went to high school with are all the teachers now. So it's really cool.
So fun.
It's really cool. But maybe I'm just biased in some sort of weird way. But
maybe you've been reading too many Facebook groups.
Well, yeah, those moms need to stop. They need to pump their brakes. Moms need other things to do with their lives.
True.
Go have a drink at the bar. And get off Facebook.
Get off Facebook, ladies. Stop shit talking. Oh. Well, what have you been cooking this week? Anything delicious?
I've been going down the rabbit hole of looking back at some of my vegan cookbooks that I have. And Mav actually pulled one out the other day to ask me to read it to him.
Oh my gosh.
You're going to die. It's called the Vegan Stoner Cookbook.
Oh my gosh.
And it made me laugh, because he's like,
of course you have that cookbook.
I know. It's really cute. It looks like a kid's book, because the front of it is all these different vegetables and things drawn, little
Yeah.
hippies with faded eyes and
Oh
stuff.
my
It's so cute. And they have great photos for like
Yeah.
their real photos for the recipes. And every random page would be another high moment of vegetables. It's really funny.
Oh my
and it's
gosh.
cute. And Maverick and I were flipping through it and I was like, oh, I forgot about this recipe. And I have all the folded page and notes and stuff that I want to do in it.
Oh my gosh.
And I came across one that yesterday I was like, oh, this sounds so good. I used to make it way back in the day and I haven't done it. So I would make a lot of those recipes a lot, and they're easy. There's maybe 3 to 10 ingredients in each, and
Yeah.
it's very quick.
Oh,
It's super
nice.
easy because you're high and you're like, I don't want to do all this cooking and stuff. Make it fast. But there was
funny.
so funny. There was one for potato nachos, and it sounded so good to me. And it was you cut potato wedges, bake them, and then while that's baking, you make your cheese sauce, which you can either use a soy creamer, nutritional yeast, and other different types of spices, and blend that up and cook it, or you can use silken tofu, which is what I like to
Yeah.
use because I like more protein in it. You just blend that up with nutritional yeast and other spices, and then cook it as well, and then top it with. And it said chili potato nachos, which I was like, that sounds delicious.
Ooh.
However, I'm not going to go make another chili just to top it on my potatoes.
Yeah.
But maybe one of these days. And it was like top it with chili, green onions, some vegan sour cream, and whatever else, and just go to town. I was like, that sounds so good.
That does sound really good.
So I'm going to be doing that. I already have the
Yum.
tofu. I just forgot the potatoes.
Oh no.
I know.
I love it.
I got home and I was like, Maverick, we forgot the potato.
I know. A key ingredient.
Literally the ingredient. So,
Without it, you just have cheese sauce.
yeah. And I guess I have tortilla chips. I can make real nachos.
There you go.
But it made me laugh. I even got avocados and
Oh,
salsa and all the
man.
things. Forgot the potatoes.
That's too good.
Yeah, it was really funny.
I love that.
What about you?
Well, last night I made double dinner, which I do this sometimes
Ooh.
because I'm lazy.
That's okay.
I went to the grocery store and I got stuff to make pasta fagioli,
Ooh.
like Olive Garden makes. It's the one that's
Yeah.
the tomato base with the little baby noodles in it. But Walmart didn't have the noodles I needed.
I was like, they didn't have noodles.
The ditalini.
Oh. I was like, who bought out all the noodles
know.
at Walmart?
They're like the little O noodles. I don't know.
Yes.
People use them for pasta salad, but
Yeah.
they're perfect in pasta fagioli. I refuse to
For
make
sure.
it without the ditalini.
And what a
But,
fun word.
I was like, oh, I'll just stop at Publix. And then I got completely distracted by podcast or my mind was wandering and I just drove home. And then I was like,
Right past it.
I was 2 turns from home and I was like, oh, grab the noodles. So last night I half made the soup and then asked my oldest daughter who works at Publix to bring me home the
Perfect.
ditalini.
Perfect.
And I also needed V8 for that because you need to make a tomato sauce juice. So I used V8 for that.
Smart.
So smart tip, V8 is great for soup if you're making a veggie one. But I also made hamburgers because my son had requested hamburgers. And so I was grabbing spices out of the cupboard and there was this one that I had that was barbecue rub. It was smoky something. I was like, great. And I just went to town on these burgers and I cooked them up. And then I was assembling my burger and I licked my finger from the sauce that was the crust of the spices and it was spicy as shit.
Oh, no. Did you
And
make spicy burgers?
I made extremely spicy burgers and I was like, oh no.
Are your kids good with spice?
They're great with spice.
Okay.
Thank God. So I take a bite of the burger and it must have been an edge that had a lot. And I was like, whoo, my mouth was radiating. And I look at my younger son who was eating with me and I was like, hey son, just a heads up, the burgers are a tad bit spicy. He was like, okay. And so he starts eating and I was like, what do you think? And he was like, it's not bad. And then by the end of the burger, he's like, you were right about the spice.
You're like, come get your spicy burgers.
And then I'm pretty sure it was from this spice mix I have that's from this pepper company where that they make green chili pepper flakes that are so good. But I'm pretty sure this one mixed with all the whatever yummy flavors they had in there, I'm pretty sure was habaneros, jalapenos, and something else.
Oh, Lord.
So, but it was dark and maybe chipotle. So it was dark and I just don't know what I was thinking.
You're like, this
'Cause
looks
I
good.
was aggressively generous. Both sides got it. I was just like, la, 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 la,
That is so
making
funny.
burgers. So I don't know. Nobody complained. I warned everybody as they came to make their burgers.
You're like, I was on a kick and put a
heads up.
shitload of
I
spice.
didn't realize how spicy that stuff was. My bad.
That's
But
so funny.
the flavor was actually very good, though. I got to give them props for that. It was delicious. So
That's hilarious.
tonight we get soup.
You,
Because my daughter brought me the noodles.
That's
Brought me the
fantastic.
nudes.
That's so funny because I've literally driven past work one time, driving to work, went right past it. I was just feeling myself, don't know what I was doing, and then I was like, oh my gosh, hold on.
Sometimes you just get on autopilot and then you're like, where am I going? Why am I turning here?
It's kind of scary. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm driving this big ass vehicle and
You're
not
like,
paying attention.
I don't remember the last 4 turns I made.
Yeah. Was that a red light? I don't even know. I just went through it.
100%.
And then I look in the rearview mirror. I'm like, okay, people are still coming behind me.
They're not like,
I'm like, okay, I'm good. Focus.
so ridiculous.
That's so good.
Well, guys, let us know, what are your back to school tips, tricks, woes?
Oh, and recipes, I guess, to give your kids for lunch if you pack their lunches.
If you pack their lunches, or school night recipes.
Make it easy.
I'm going to try and share it. It's the guy on Facebook or Instagram that keeps popping up. He's doing a whole series for the month of August that are all super easy one pot recipes.
Perfect.
For families. So I'll try and share that on there because I've tried a few of his and they're very good. And he's super great at being like, the recipe calls for this, but I only have this. Let's do it.
Love that.
And so he'll give you options of how bougie you want to be, or
Perfect.
So
Yeah.
I'll have to share that because he does some really fun, also very simple, minimal ingredient recipes.
Easy.
Which I love.
Love it. Yeah. Those are great.
So yeah, let us know, guys.
Yeah. And have a great back to school year.
Yeah, go to bed early. Be smart.
Yeah. I know.
Are you listening, kids?
Probably not. Good for you.
Shut off the game and go to bed. Bye-bye.
Adios.
And that, party people, wraps up another delightful episode of Parties to Playdates.
We hope you're leaving with a smile, a story, and maybe a tip or two.
Remember, life's journey is better shared with a friend.
And we're so grateful to be part of yours.
If you enjoyed today's chat, don't forget to rate and subscribe to our show.
Your support keeps our community growing and our stories flowing. We want to hear from you. Please send us your thoughts, ideas, and questions to partiestoplaydates@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Parties to Playdates.
Until next time, keep embracing the chaos and finding the joy.
Take care and stay connected, party people.
Bye for now, and don't forget to laugh a little extra today.
Bye.